Hello, YouTube. Boy, my voice is bad. It's finally warming up to about 50 degrees. Uh, Supposed to be warm this weekend, Saturday. I can't tell you the date. We're past the middle of March. We're supposed to get more rain in the middle of the week. Excuse me. And temperatures down to freezing overnight. Okay, we had to pause to get rid of some congestion. Boy, we're messing up on the weekend like we used to in the Sunday in the Shop videos. Oh well. Yeah, look at this. This is finding my junk in the big shop too. We're going to sand flapper this till all these pits are gone. Because this thing already weighs at least 2 pounds. We'd like to modify one of these sometime, but not this one. This ain't too bad a hammerhead. You see where the head looks like the head goes down? I mean, I don't understand how they made stuff like that. That means when you hit, your hand's gonna be down like this. That's how they made it. If you try to imagine the handle being straight, the way you look at it. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of flapper disc on this thing. We're gonna go all out. We're gonna get rid of all that. So we're gonna go outside because it's about 55, probably 60 in the sun. We got a nice insulated sweatshirt hoodie on and a nice thick stocking cap. We don't spare no expense from keeping warm. So we'll be back after we clean this thing up. Show you what it looks like. Okay, this was 36 grit flapper disc, and we ground a lot of metal to get those pits out of there. We're gonna work on this. We don't want this too good in case we mess up, you know, with the Dremel and you hit, you know how you skip off and hit something. We did the face just so, just to start out. We don't want to get it crooked. With a flapper disc, they're always curved. They're not as accurate as a belt sander. Got down in there the best we could. This will do with a Dremel. And all around here. So it's going to take a while. It is a nice ripping hammer. I call a ripping hammer with anything with a straight claw. Not a curve. Because you can get into it, like I said, wall stud 2x4. You know, you can get in there better. You can just jam it in. You can tap it in with another hammer. I wouldn't advise doing that. I didn't tell you to do that. Do it at your own risk. Don't hit 2 pieces of hard steel together. Chips will fly. A lot of people don't know these hammers are actually harder than some ball peen hammers. I've learned doing mechanic work, these things will chip before a ball peen hammer will hit something. So you shouldn't really use a carpenter hammer to work on cars. Okay, enough yak about that and safety warnings. Let's do some dremeling here. Hoping it'll warm up. It's just so windy out there. It's probably 60 degrees, but by the time that 25-mile-an-hour wind gusts hit you, it don't feel like it. Okay, we've been taking our cutter disc stacked together. And see how we're going in an X pattern on the bottom there? That's how we get the pits out, work on them. And then we'll come out of that, and then we'll just go like this. We go real fast. You can kind of angle, don't go real straight like make ridges, kind of angle it just a little bit, but go really fast around it. I think you know what I mean. Because you're trying to keep it round. I mean, it's not perfect, but you're not taking that much metal away. No one's ever going to notice. There's a lot of pits in there. Then we'll work on this with different stones. I said work on this. This will be kind of easy, but it's kind of therapeutic. See, like this. I'll do that in an X pattern to get rid of it. And don't go into the dip. Stay around the outside of the dip. Don't make the dip any deeper. You know, get your focus. Just try to stay around the outside of the dip. Don't get into it, make it deeper. And finally you'll get down to it. X pattern like you're honing. See that one back here? That may or may not come out of there, but I can grind deeper. You're not going to notice. I want this to look good, but it's not off. It already looks like it goes downhill. Just the way the hammer's made. What's that? You know how you always skip and you go straight across with a diamond treble bit or something. So this is only the first 36 grit. So if I make a mess, I'll be going to 60 grit and 120. So now's the time to do all your other work. Don't get this all nice and finished yet. So I went this direction on here. Here I went that direction with the disc. Because that has a bevel. So coming down off the top, I know we're putting a lot into this hammerhead, but you're learning something about it. See, kind of went here, and then kind of went over as we're doing the flapper disc, you know. Just got to kind of get the feel for it. There's a spot here. We're not going to take out. Can you see it on here? We're not going to go any deeper to try to take that out of there. See it? It's senseless to do that. No one's going to see it anyway. Okay, back to work. Okay, we got a few hours of Dremel work in here. This is kind of hard to do because we kind of had to do it at an angle. You'll kind of run our disc. You just got to kind of get a feel for it. You see, that's angled. I'm trying to keep it right. We even used it on the head there, or on the face of the hammer. 4 different directions. This way, then an angle X. This is what, excuse me, this is why you don't put a final finish on there of anything, because you'll skip over and stuff. Not too bad in here. You're not going to really see that. Same as in here. This was kind of hard to do. We did it when our stones were real small. We have different arbors, so we're getting a collection there. These are 5 discs stuck together. I know I keep saying it. People sick of hearing me say it. They work so good. They work better than a stone. And like I said, you can also use them like this. You know, like your little, you know what I mean. You get them little wheels on an air tool. A miniature version of that. We did shape this. That was hard. There's probably going to be a few defects in that when I'm done. Okay, we're off to just put on some heavy gloves, hold this in my hand, and take a 120 to this and see how much we can get this smooth without wrecking this shape. Okay, that's enough for now. It's going to be way too nice. It's going to be what it still looks like a hammer that's going downhill. We're trying that. We took some off the top, so it don't look like the nose is bending down. But you can see what I mean. It does look better. It looks better than the last time I showed it. Okay, it's break time. See, I put that on there to remind me what grit I used. Nice hammer. We're going to be looking for handle in the hardware store. Okay, that's 120 flapper disc, and I tried doing the best I could. You're always going to get where it shows up nasty on edges, because you always want to try to make it, because the spinning disc, you're always trying to want to go off that way, so then you're going that way, and then trying to go off that way. So you can't just go one direction all the time. So now we're off to all of our scrubby wheels. We still have to do the inside. It's just a hammer. It's not going to be presented as an award. Well, that would make a nice thing to give somebody who retired carpenter or something for a gift, huh? So the golden hammer and the silver hammer award. There you go. Let's go up and do some abrasive wheels. And we are done. We'll put some penetrating oil inside her so it don't rust till we get a handle. Just my abrasive brushes. There's defects from the grinder, flapper disc and stuff. But it's got to be a usable tool. I get the right handle, it'll be a real nice hammer. So next time I get to like Menards, I'll find a handle. I could put a real long one on this too. I've used what handles I had on hatchets, so I'll carry this in the store with me. This is smaller than this, so I may have to put a wedge, a couple metal wedges to spread it out. And I know I have some somewhere, but I really don't like using metal wedges, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I do know how to get them out, so that doesn't matter. I shouldn't have to rehandle it if I put one in. This, it should last me a lot of years. There you go. We'll snap from photographs. Thanks for watching.